Lab update, Monday, January 26, 2026. We got a working pulsar finally. Yay, we did some first EDM burns yesterday just by hand and it worked pretty well. Took about 4 revisions to get it working. It's a totem pole style gate driver for the MOSFET and just the IRFP 360. So that burned pretty well. We did fry our oscilloscope yesterday, which sucks. Like, the analog discovery just went pop and now it's dead. I ordered a new scope today, which should arrive in the next 2 days, but that was an expensive setback. We also set up the fiber laser for PCB making, so now we can do pretty quick prototype iterations for like single-sided. We can look into double-sided cutouts drilling later, but for now I just do the isolation routing and do the cutout and the drilling by hand. So that's pretty quick. Went about 4 board revisions of the Pulsar board until we got at a working version. This board marks revision 4 of the Pulsar. You can see the big IRFP MOSFET on the heatsink. And we had the freewheeling diode. We added those on a riser since one was just not enough to handle all the current, and we also wanted to put a clamp on there to see what the actual diode current is. It's just 2 BJTs and a push-pull configuration, and the third one just for like logic level buffering. And we can add some capacitors here we haven't done yet. This is just where the voltage goes in, that goes out into like an ASC 712 current sensor, which should have a bit more bandwidth than the last one, and from there it goes to the gap. And we've managed to do like some decent cuts on, this is like 5mm plate, and it went through 1mm plate like butter. Like, the main limiting factor at some point is just like your electrode wear and just components getting hot, because this is still like this heatsink cures the MOSFET well, but the diodes get hot, the resistors at some point get hot and stuff, so definitely some more needed. But yeah, this is a pretty good playground type thing to mess around with. We've looked at the G-EDM project and ordered some PCBs and components for that. That looks like a well-established simple EDM project. Like, it's just MOSFET switching at inductive current limiting, I guess is the best way to put it, even though it just uses stray inductance. There's no active current limiting whatsoever. It's just pulse width, and seems to work pretty well though, and the community is very friendly. We are gonna probably publish a video about the G-EDM circuit. It has some unique stuff, like they have analog opto isolators for the feedback, which is an interesting approach. And yeah, those boards should arrive in the sometime this week, both the components and some boards. The main guy who does them actually sent us some version 4 boards that are not yet in production, which is cool. And also with those components we can probably mess around a bit more. We also set up the workbench a bit more, added the microscope arm. It's just mounted to the desk, not to the wall, because this is all drywall, but should be alright-ish. The arm's still a bit wobbly. We can probably print some spacers to make that better. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this. YouTube is absolutely hammering us with low views. Also, you can hire us. We do all kinds of electronics and manufacturing. We've worked with most microcontrollers. We have a lot of in-house manufacturing. We've done a lot of industrial sensing, small-scale projects. We try to be as approachable as possible, and I'd love to hear about your projects, even just for fun.